Very good morning to all of you. I heartily welcome all of you in the morning session of our fourth day of 5-day webinar on NBA and NEC accreditation process. Before we start the session, we have few announcement for the participants that every day we are sending the link for the morning and afternoon session. Please keep checking your mails under promotion and updates tab. And every day at the end of the session, we are conducting the poll. So I request all the participants to please participate in the poll. So now we'll start the session. Today we have in the morning session Dr. Janardhan Ji. It's my privilege to introduce about Dr. Janardhan Ji, and he has done his PhD in PhD from University of Illinois, USA, and he's working as an associate professor and head in the Center for Environment Management and Center for International Affairs, National Institute of Technical Teachers Training and Research, Chennai. Uh, Mr. Sir has many awards and patents in his credit, like a CPSC fellowship from China, UNESCO fellowship, and a Young Engineer Award from American Society of Civil Engineering. He got Geotechnical Award. So and he has developed many courses also in the SWAYAM courses and ARPIT courses. And he has more than 23 technical reports and book chapters to his credit. And he has got many sponsored research projects and consultancy projects to his of the worth of rupees 255 lakhs. He has developed many training programs also, and like 17 programs, international training programs he has coordinated, and 65 faculty development programs he has coordinated, and 39 programs, industry training programs he has coordinated. And he has other many other sponsored projects from government agency, international projects, and from industries. And he is the member of many professional bodies there, and he has many publications, more than 30 publications in the conference, and many reputed journals. There are many more things to tell, but I will stop here. So I heartily welcome you, sir, in the morning session, and I would like to request to start.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kalpana Sharma, and thank you, Madhu sir, for inviting me to deliver a lecture on use of ICT in teaching and learning. The lecture is focused on towards NBA and NAC accreditation, how it could be done, how the ICT is going to play an important role. Because before starting this, we have to have answer the question: is it doing things better or doing better things? Somehow we are going to do the things, we are going to adopt the teaching learning process, we are going for accreditation, we are going for a ranking, an NARF ranking or QS ranking, or we are going for a NAC or NB accreditation. So somehow we are going to do it. But now the question is it doing things better or doing better things? Somehow we have to make it the thing what we do to be a better thing. So what way the ICT is going to play an important role, we are going to discuss in this lecture. Before starting the lecture, as usual, in this lecture, the content expressed are purely my technical perspective. It does not represent the organization to which I am affiliated. So let me start the starting of the lecture with the new educational policy, because when it comes to the technology enabled learning or using ICT in teaching and learning, we need to know what the national education policy differs. If you observe the national education policy, chapter number 19 categorically mentions a technology in education. It is through which we are going to redefine our educational ecosystem. When we compare with the previous educational policy, this policy really taps the potential of ICT in empowering the faculty members, and also in empowering providing a teaching support, learning support, evaluation support, enhance the educational access, and streamline the educational planning, administration, and management. So if you observe clearly, the education policy defines into 4 different categories, 4 different items which are focusing. What are the 4 different items is appropriately integrate technology into all levels of education. So that's the first and foremost item which has been discussed in the technology in education. Appropriately integrate technology in all levels of education. It is not only from higher education, from school education till higher education, how best we can integrate the technology. Second, improve teaching, learning, and evaluation process. Ultimately, the purpose of technology is to redefine the teaching and the way in which the students are going to comprehend their learning and ultimately facilitate in the evaluation process. Third, it also need to enhance the educational access to disadvantaged groups. That is very, very important because recently COVID-19 situation has provided us a different thought process or different way to take the life, new normal life. That is the way they are calling it the COVID-19 situation. And we have seen several academic institutions, several few kids, they made a suicide attempt or made a extreme step because they didn't have access to internet, they didn't have access to technology, everything. So the state of Tamil Nadu, they framed a committee and we are there. How best we can make use of the rural packet into the technology, because for ICT, connectivity and content are the two more major things which we have to remember. One thing, connectivity in terms of electrical connectivity and Wi-Fi connectivity or internet connectivity, and a good quality content should be there to promote the ICT in teaching and learning. So since the connectivity is a major issue, some rural area, because electrification has been done by various projects of Government of India, even Pradhan Mantri Gramin Digital Literacy Yojana, that Yojana also, through that also we have given a wonderful connectivity, wonderful training programs have been conducted. So how best we can do? Now the committee, as a committee, what we emphasize is to use the community radio in the places where it is very remote to use ICT, because Government of India is having a wonderful community radio system. In Tamil Nadu, we have 45 community radio channels are there, which gives up to 20 kilometers of radius. There are various educational institutions, they are providing community radio. How best we can make use of community radio in redefining the so always the technology or policies try to focus on educational access to disadvantaged groups. It is not only for elite group, it is not only for advantaged groups, it also need to take into consideration of the disadvantaged groups. Finally, the fourth aspect which the policy document speaks is streamlining educational planning, administration, and management, so that more transparency is included, and where we are streamlining our complete administration, where we can plan ahead in a better manner and where we can manage the system for the betterment. That is the major focus of the national education policy in technology and education. So appropriate integrate technology to all levels of education, improve teaching, learning, and evaluation process, enhance educational access to disadvantaged groups, and streamline educational planning, management, and administration. So this is the major aspect which has been focused. If you observe the policy, what way it works on it. So if the national education policy, if you see the roadmap, the first is Kothari Commission, which in 1968, they made equalized educational opportunity. It should not be for one sector. It should be radically restructuring and equalized educational opportunities. In the later on 1986, special emphasis is provided on removal of disparities or equalized educational opportunity. In the year 1992, which was a modified version of 1986, the common minimum program has been brought into consideration. Later on in the year 2019, the draft national education policy categorically discusses three major aspects which you have to remember. Curriculum content to enhance essential learning, reduce the curriculum. What happened in India, I have seen, teach more, the students read less. During my stay in the US or in China also, I observed they teach very less, make the students to learn more in terms of activity, in terms of projects, in terms of various engagement. Here, unfortunately, fortunately, we have an assumption, if you teach more, the students will learn more. But the fundamental principles of teaching learning categorically defines, irrespective of what you teach, the students will learn less than what you teach. That is the one we have to remember. So in such situation, how we can make use of the curriculum, reduce the curriculum. At the same time, we have to enhance the essential learning, critical thinking, more holistic, experiential, discussion-based, analytical, analysis-based learning. That is a very, very important aspect which you have to remember. So where we have to focus on, please revert sir into on this video. sir. Please request sir to on his video. I am just on the video. Any problem, sir? Is it okay? Go fine, no? Because some chat is keep on coming. I don't know. Please request sir to is on his video. I don't know what he's asking. I didn't get Tazina Hara. Okay, hopefully. I hope everything is going fine. If anything issue is there, Madhu sir, you can just WhatsApp me so that I can look into it. Any chat or any issue
Sir,
is there in the
everything is
network.
fine, sir.
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine. Your video, everything is fine, sir. Audio,
Okay,
video is.
okay. It's fine, sir. Thank you. So categorically, the national education policy focus on reducing the curriculum so that we will increase the essential learning aspect in terms of critical thinking and holistic experiential evaluation. So let me focus with this mind. Government of India recently has brought out, AICT has brought out technical teacher training module, where in that also it focus faculty members with less than 5 years have to undergo 8 different modules. It is a mandatory. In one such module is technology enabled learning and lifelong self-learning, which I am coordinating and which the contents are available, which you can go through it. So that is that. If you see the NBA or NAC, they also categorically mentions how the ICT is going to play an important role. For example, if you see NBA accreditation manual, in the tier 1 institutions or in tier 2 also, teaching learning process at some point. Teaching learning process, if you see teaching and learning process 70 points and curriculum 30 points. 70 points, it also focus on teacher quality and qualification, adequacy, all procedures, how they are abreasting with the latest development, how they are going to have the learning resources, ICT based learning resources, which are going to facilitate in obtaining the points. That is one aspect. Second aspect, if you observe student performance 100 points. I'm not advocating if you use ICT, the student performance will increase, but there is a scope for improvement of the student performance if you use ICT, because the generation is technologically enabled generation. They are digital natives of the system. So in such situation, we have to focus on how best I can use the technology appropriately. That is a major question. So because which in turn improve the student performance. If the student performance improves and the points is 100 points. The third category is faculty performance and faculty information and contribution. If the faculty adopts a different methodology, blended, flipped models, all other models, there is a scope for improvement, reducing the teaching load and concentrating more on the research aspects that we have to observe. So how best I can concentrate on the research, because where teaching load will be not reduced, teaching load will be appropriately monitored, or appropriately we will use it so that our time is appropriately used for research purpose. So that is the focus. So in this lecture, we are going to focus on how the physical to digital learning space we are going to transfer, how the collaborative learning is going to be there, what are the various ways to induction of the technology, and finally we are going to discuss about the disruptive technology, because nowadays the concept of disruptive technology plays an important role, which is the uniqueness of this policy, national education policy, when compared to the other previous policy. Chapter 19.7 categorically focus how the disruptive technology, artificial intelligence, blockchain, IoT, data analytics, how it could be used appropriately for the education purpose. Where we are ready. If you observe, now educational institution does not mean student will learn. We have to accept the student, because previously we were remembering, if you are educated, if you go to educational institution, the students will learn. But nowadays it's not the situation. It gives a scope for them to learn. It is not will make them to learn. It will give a scope for them to learn. It is up to them to encash the educational institution. I have visited Ramaya Institute. It's wonderful environment, wonderful ambience. The way in which they provide the scope for the students to grow organically, they are growing, to be frank. Where the conducive environment, the faculty members are highly dynamic and active, and they are doing a very environment is very pleasant, because it gives a good scope. Because I graduated from University of Illinois, which has a medical campus as well as engineering campus. Most of the problem which we take in engineering is from the medical campuses. So it was a win-win situation for us. Similarly, here also good scope will be there. But second thing you have to remember, learning does not mean student will have the skills for the labor market. Okay, let them join, let them learn, but doesn't mean that they will have a skill for the labor market, because labor market is highly dynamic and it is not static, it keeps changing, and it is very difficult for us to predict what will happen the next scenarios. Maybe in Karnataka, they are telling that Mysore guy is predicting after June 21st, what will be the COVID 2019 situation. So similarly, I don't know what it's going to be there, but prediction is very difficult. So skills for the labor market. And if you observe, even if you have the skills, doesn't mean the student should have a job, because travel industry or several industry, the people possess skills, but they don't have a job because the sector has been completely paralyzed or completely redefined in a different aspects. So where we are heading, it is a completely complex route. We cannot, no need to argue, but we have to see. But if you observe in an educational institution, predominant objective is to provide the job with respect to education. Education is mandate, but they need a knowledge is mandate, but they need a job. That is the purpose of educational institution in the current day scenario. If you observe a developed country like US or France or Germany, even in China, I have observed the countries where I visited, I'm just making it. So, if you observe the reality, the role of educational institution is only to provide knowledge. It is up to the students to market the knowledge and get the job. That is the way they argue. Only the job fair will be arranged by the alumni affairs or some sector, student activity centers. It is not organized directly by the institution. Institution, it's not a day. In India only, we have a problem of campus placement officer. If the placement is not good to the students, this placement will become a problem. That's the way the scenario lies in India. So it depends on job. The job depends on how much they are going to have the learning space. The learning space depends upon the digital learning space and the physical learning space. When we are graduating, at the time, physical learning space were given more importance because the digital was not that much popular at that time. The digital was not at all popular, and it is a infusion of internet or ICT was an exotic choice. It's not a completely mandatory. So even 1999, when I started my Gmail, I have to have a sent by one of my cousin who was in US, because I cannot open as it sign up was not there. Someone should invite you. Based on the invite only, I can create my Gmail. My Gmail, which G Janardhan, it's created in the year 1999. So it all depends upon, and more or several changes have taken place. So ultimately, the digital space is going to play an important role. So what we have to remember, it is the old thing. Are we doing old things in a new way, or is it a new thing in a new way? But ultimately, we have to remember, this is the most important time to be in the education. It is the most important time to take care about education. It is the most important time to impact education. So we are primary focus from the classrooms, from the library, practical laboratory, which was a space for learning, has been redefined. Now COVID-19, you are not coming to a Ramaya Institute for learning. I am not coming to Bangalore to deliver lecture. Last time I went to Bangalore, you remember, it was hectic trip, Madhu sir knows. Deliver lecture and I was rushing to the airport. So now the scenario is completely entirely is different. So you are sitting at your home enjoying your wonderful breakfast on Sunday, Bismillah or Karabat or Kesharbat or Chitranam. I don't know what you are enjoying. Something you are enjoying there with your family. Dosa, Benda dosa or Neer dosa, something in Karnataka. I enjoy the foods of Karnataka. It was awesome taste. So the system where we are now, it's entirely different. You are sitting at your home, I am sitting at my home, and we are delivering lecture. So this was the primary focus of learning. Now the things have changed. The challenges and solutions are predominant. What are the challenges? Now they are telling in education institution, employability becomes a problem. The students are not getting a proper content knowledge. They are having a poor employability skills. They are having a poor communication skills. Soft skills is a problem. The problem is huge that they are telling. But what is the solution? We are trying to fit a triangle into a circle, because the fixing of a content to context becomes a problem, because we ultimately focus on content-based education. If you pour the content to the students will learn. It is like an information pouring. It is nowadays the system have changed. It is not the question of content, it is the question of context learning, because nowadays there is no more content learning, it is a context learning which the students need. Because when my parents were telling this is the way which you have to perform certain rituals, we perform the rituals, we never questioned it. But nowadays, current kids, if I tell to my kids, they are telling, no, what is the reason behind it? Why I should do it? What way it is going to make it? Because they need everything, a proof or validation then only they accept. That's a era generation issue. We cannot find it fault with it. We have to overcome it by providing a connection to the content, to the context. As I made it previously, we are focusing on content knowledge. Now we are focusing on the context-based education. ICT tools plays an important role in providing a context-based education in a better perspective. So the spaces are themselves agents for changes, and the change in space will change the practice. That is my belief. So if you change the space, we have to practice will change. So internet or ICT from exotic overlay or optional to transformed into a essential tool, because previously no one was worried about internet. Okay, if you are at office, no problem. You have a data, mobile data, no problem. But nowadays, currently, in every house, they are trying to have an internet connection, broadband, AC tech, fiber net, all nets are available. So it become an essential tool in the current day scenario that we have to remember. So these challenges could be grouped into risk embracing. For example, when you use ICT, we have to be very, very, very careful, because the students are predominantly digital natives. They know how to circumvent, they know how to evade it, they know how to not cheat. They are very smart. That we have to observe it, because we conducted one of the survey in with the students, more than 120 students from Vijayawada, very famous college, very famous college like Ramaya Institute, where we were conducting a 3 days workshop on question paper authoring. So we conducted with the students a survey and answer paper. We gave some questions, asked them to write it. Next day, the same set of students, we gave some questions in a structured format, asked them to write it. We made the faculty members to evaluate without revealing the student name. We show them how the question paper design is going to change the mark, the pattern of questions, objective or subjective, and difficulty index, discrimination index, how it plays an important role, everything we discussed. When we conducted a survey to the students, we asked what are the different ways to cheat the teachers. Cheat the teachers. I really wondered. It was so much creative, and we enjoyed the document what the students have submitted. We enjoyed to the core. They were writing a different, innovative, unique ways to cheat the teachers, because predominantly they are digital natives. The students, the teachers are digital immigrants. In such situation, they know the unique way. So we have to have a very, very categorically risk embracing. One thing is risk embracing. The reason is the core is the student. If the student ethical issue becomes a problem or affective domain become a problem, then the entire society is going to have a problem. So we have to be very careful how we are going to handle this situation. The core is a student. Second, student safety and well-being. Sometimes the bullying also takes place in the online scenario, cyber bullying. It becomes a famous. And it is also challenge in education, because nowadays it has been told best of the country to the rest of the country. That is the slogan which we use for SWAYA. So best faculty members will be picked and they will be made to deliver the lecture to the rest of the country. Then what will happen to the rest of the faculty members? So the role of the faculty members are also going to get redefined appropriately in the forthcoming situations. So we have to be first and foremost challenges risk embracing. Second, we have to remember it is nothing but a co-opetition. Co-opetition means it is nothing but a cooperation plus competition. Obviously, there exists a competition, because if you observe, NPTEL videos are developed only by IIT faculty members, very few minuscule other people are there. But when we conducted micro teaching at various institutions, I have observed some faculty members teach certain concepts fantastically. They teach very fantastically. I'm not telling all videos are good, all videos are bad. There are some videos extremely good, but predominantly most of the videos are also bad. That we have to accept it. So we have to remember the co-opetition which exists, because nowadays, if you see Unacademy, Byju's, in the school education or college education, the cooperation plus competition plays an important role. Previously, the students will undergo education in the institution. For other ICT training, they will be going to some academy, like a CAD center, all Autodesk centers, learning centers, they will be going, NIIT, AppTech, all different organizations they were going. Nowadays, what happened? The GRE preparation, TOEFL preparation, civil service examination. In the education institution itself, it became a part and parcel of it. You remember? So that we call it as a co-optation, because need to cooperate, operate within the competitive environment, keep it closer. So when ICT tools no need to go away, let them keep it closer. That is a trend which most of the educational institutions are aware, because now I was in the evaluation committee of a NEET AICT's project. So there are n number of companies applied for the software. This thing we have looked into it. How best we had a concept of competition, the cooperation plus competition, how to keep it closer and together. That was a major focus which we are focusing. The third aspect is exponential growth and thinking. When you come to ICT, the growth is very exponential. We conducted a various workshop at SJC Mysore, predominantly more than 21 days, 5 batches I have conducted a training program. NIE Mysore, every year we were conducting the programs. It was good. Raghuveer sir, several people we were there. We were conducting SJC, NIE, all NINT. When we conducted the programs, we have seen in 2016, in the first batch of the program, we were discussing certain aspects of Google Classroom and Google Forms. But within 1 month, 2 months, completely exponentially it has changed. The technologies keep growing. You can observe the way in which the Zoom was there in the beginning. You can see the Zoom, how it has become. Google Hangout and Meet was not free. We have only who have an enterprises ID or education ID, they were having access. But now Google Meet, it's free to everyone till certain period, September. 100 users, 150 users, you can have it. So exponential growth and thinking is there because limitation of resources is there. We have to augment it and convergence of all technologies. That is the third aspect. And the fourth aspect, think global, because whenever we adopt, because one of the very famous college in Bangalore, they adopted one online examination pattern. They told it is from a Finland-based institute, Sweden-based institutes, all they were using it. And I came across some this thing and they were discussing. At that time, I told it's good. But these features are available in normal Google form itself. Normal LMS itself is available. Why we have to invest this much money? When I asked, they were thinking, oh, no, it is a foreign product. Because that you have to remember. Think global. Global is to your local condition, make a globalized product. Because, for example, I admire the song Barisu Kannada Dimsuva, your song which had a shooting in Mysore, the tower clock. So I went to that place. When I went to Mysore, I told to the people, I want to visit the place where the shooting has taken place. Because NI people, only alumni has only made that movie. And because that song was there in the previous generation also. But they made the same song for the current generation, tapping the youngsters to have the feel of Kannada language. So Barisu Kannada Dimsuva. So you have to make thinking local, that is local people with the global opportunities, empowering the local people with the global opportunities. That's the way. So the risk embracing, competition, exponential growth, and thinking local need to be considered in the ICT enabled learning spaces. So we are going to make a transition from a physical to the digital environment. That's where the support of ICT plays an important role, which in turn helps you in accreditation, in the predominant manner. How it improves, why we are always advantage with chalk and talk, why we have to go with other things. Nowadays, no chalk and talk, mouse and click and talk. Okay, there is no more chalk and talk, click and talk only we are having. The current reality is the generation. If you observe, this is in 2005 in Vatican, when Pope Benedict was taking assuming charges of a Pope and he was blessing the audience, the people were all praying towards Pope, except this lady. She is maybe seeing who is taking a photograph. Rest of them are listening to the Pope's wonderful speech and having a blissful darshan of the Pope. Okay. The same in 2013, where Pope Francis took over in Vatican. So everyone started capturing in the mobile phone. This happens. When I do some derivation in my classrooms, we have a smart board. Anyway, we are going to save it as a PDF and send it to the participant. But I make the participants to take a notes of it. These days, I'm not observing the students are not taking notes. They just make a photograph, click, they make it, because they doesn't want to make a photograph or that they doesn't want to write it. That is a system which we are working on it. So we have to be very living with the smart generation in the manner of a smart scenario. So the digital natives and digital immigrants are the two things are there. But we have to remember, if you want to divide the digital divide, learn and relearn. So if the students previously bunking of classes in 2019 might be this scenario, you might have observed. The students might try to jump the wall and get out of the campus. I don't know about Ramaya Institute. They are very big wall, is a very big wall I have seen, and the gates are also busy and the security is also there. But current day scenario, physically sometimes even if they are sitting in the class, physically they might present, but mentally they might absent. But current day scenario is very easy. Bunking the class in 2020 is very simple. They just mute the mic and mute the camera, switch on the computer. You are online, but you don't know whether you are physically also, we are not seeing you. Mentally also, we cannot measure you, we can see. But the system has made, because previously mobile phones are banned inside the campus. Now campus itself is becoming the mobile phone. That is a world's very irony and very smaller cycle. So this is the way the system works. Let us explore how ICT could be used in the classroom. But we have to remember, students are blindfolded in learning. They need only what aspects they have to learn, they will be learning. And where is the key is the way in which we adopt. Which we adopt is, it is impossible to redesign the students to fit into a system. We cannot do it. We cannot redesign a students, but we can redesign a system for students. That is possible. How we can go into redefine that, we are going to redesign is we are going to see in the next 1 hour, because Madhu sir told it's up to 12 or 12:30, 12 o'clock. Next 1 hour is there. Slowly I will focus how to make the focus, how we can this thing. So learning is not the product of teaching. You have to be very, very clear. If learning is not at all the product of teaching, it is sometimes we believe in the dictatic approach. If I deliver a lecture, the contents are transmitted to the minds of the students. That's a belief, thought process which I have. The learning is not the product of teaching. It is not a dictatic approach no more. It is a product of activity of the learners. A product of activity of the learners, where we can engage the learners in a pleasant manner so that the learning becomes useful. Okay. Now we are conducting classes online. What I do for with my MTech students, when I deliver lecture for 1 hour, it's good. They are listening, or I don't know whether they are listening or they are making the mic mute and video mute. They tell, sir, bandwidth is a problem. Because all the teachers are taking online, your wonderful webinars are available. Because during the COVID-19 situation, we learned two things. Corona became a pandemic. And webinar became an epidemic. Everywhere, every day. Huge number of emails about webinar. And certification also there. The same person attends 20 webinars at the same time and getting 20 certificates. How is it possible also, we don't know. Because that's the way the scenario lies today. Because Professor Krishna Vedala from IUCC tells, without assessment, if you provide certification, it is not at all appropriate. It is not measuring the outcome. So certification has to be done only with assessment. But sometimes nowadays e-certificate will be provided without assessment, and something it is happening. So learning is a product of activity of the learners. What we do when I deliver lectures on urban environmental management or environmental impact assessment, two subjects I'm handling, what I categorically do is I make the students to listen to my lecture 20 to 30 minutes. More than 30 minutes, I'll never deliver lecture. After 30 minutes, using certain tools like a Flipgrid or a Padlet, I make the students to record their views, post their views in next 10 minutes, what they did about the content, what I discussed for half an hour. So I might discuss about half an hour about scoping, screening, data collection, or analysis methods. So they will be just reading, then they do some calculation, either in the form of a pen, paper, they let them do, take a photograph and upload the photograph in Padlet, or you record a video in a Flipgrid and upload it. Because I want the engagement. After 30 minutes, let them take 15-20 minutes in that assignment. After 20 minutes, once again, I resume my 30 minutes lecture. This way I deliver lecture for 1 hour, so that I assure the students are engaged, because wherever I can see whether all my 16 students are available. Even my research scholars, I make the discussion only through Padlet and Flipgrid. Because if I keep on speaking, they say, yes, this paper will be given, everything. But I don't know what they are doing. So I want the continuous activity has to be given, so that they will get engaged in the learning. That is the first and foremost thing. So we have to remember, the great teachers are not made or not born. Sometimes we... So correct. Some person is telling the 25% only entertainment, because recently last week there was a FM channel, Big FM. They were making an interview for me in the radio. So at the time I also told them, in mobile phone or laptops or everything is from entertainment device. It is not education device. Now entertainment defined becoming education device. So if you remember, education plus entertainment, current day scenario, it is not education, it is edutainment scenario. Education plus entertainment combination, it has become edutainment. EDUTAINMENT, edutainment, because that's the way we have to handle it. Because we cannot tell any system 10 to 15% will be laggards. We have to accept the laggards. It is no point in fighting or arguing with laggards. Laggards are laggards. Okay, good. I am trying to reform you. If you reform, it is good for you. If you're not going to reform, it is also not, it's good for me. That's it. Because if you observe, Krishna in his chapter, 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita categorically defines, you cannot change anyone. That you have to be a fundamental. Sudhanandaji's lecture, if you observe, even what 3 hours she delivers, we will completely engrossed. So she categorically, the Krishna tells, you cannot change anyone. Only the environment you can provide. It's up to them to change. If that is there, Jesus or Krishna or anyone, they would have made change all the bad people into good people in the universe. This is not possible. So we have to be with the system. It is not the question of entertainment device. It is not the question of education device. It should be edutainment device. Education plus entertainment device. So the great teachers are made, not just born. You have to be ready for the journey. It is a future ahead. It is impossible to predict the future with great accuracy because we don't know what resources you have and how much we have. We don't know, because huge amount of learning is book available. To expect education them refer to lack it. All students depend does not depend. Correct. I will tell you, it is impossible to predict the future with great accuracy, and moreover, it is the teachers is trying to provide the path to the students to learn. That way, you have to appreciate, sir, because sir was mentioning n number of resources are available in internet. Correct. N number of resources are available, but it is the role of the teacher to provide access to the correct information. I will tell you, huge number of messages are coming, but who tells me whether it's right or wrong? Whatever we read, we believing. Whether the situation occurred in Palakkad or Malappuram, still we don't know. Still, there are several issues are going on. We don't know whether it's right or wrong. COVID is like this, COVID is like that. Italy, they told. Japan is Nobel Prize teacher, they told. And then they told it is a false fact, because the role of a teacher in the present day scenario, ICT-based environment, changed from the teacher to the facilitator. We have to provide not only the access, we have to provide access to the correct information, right information, appropriate information. We need to provide. So that is the picture. This is it is not the teacher who is walking in a conducive path. Teacher is walking in a path which she or he is getting trained and making the students to walk in a comfortable path. That way we have to remember. Environment is very, very difficult. So learn, teach with technology, the way which students live with technology. That is a very, very important way. Sir, we are unable to hear your audio. Is it not audible? I don't know.
No, it is fine.
Sir, it is audible, sir.
Okay. Tap the energy that the students bring into the class. What is the next step to you? We will see what are the ways which you can engage ICT tools into the classroom scenario. Think big. Always think big. It is possible. It is possible. Someone has thought we will fly in the sky one day. I always admired flying in the air, this thing. So that way we have to be remembered, and so we have to work on how it has to be done. So we have to think big. What way we have to think big, and we'll see. We don't have a choice on whether we do use ICT. The question is how well we do it. That is the question. So without collaboration, there is no creation. It is not what the software does, it is what the user does. So plenty of information is available. It is up to the teacher to convert the information to knowledge. You remember, if you have an n number of recipes, maybe Kalpana Sharma, when she want to make some new recipe, I don't know, she's from Karnataka or she's from different state. Suppose let us assume she's from Karnataka. She wants to make a recipe of aloo parota of a Punjabi style and rajma. When she wants to make, previously, when his mother was asking any doubt in the cooking, she might write a letter to her mother or mother-in-law, make a call and ask what is the recipe. But I'm pretty sure Kalpana Sharma will not ask her mother or write a letter to her. She will search in the Google Internet, YouTube, how to make a aloo parota, how to make a rajma of Punjabi style, everything. She might have learned the procedure very easily and she will try, use it, and she might also give the comment about whether the recipe is appropriate or everything, and she might share it to the friends also. So if the self knowledge, sometimes if you make yourself, it becomes a problematic image. You might have made parota, but we have to declare it's aloo parota. We might have done something, we might have done methi parota, sometimes it becomes aloo parota. So we have to be very careful. So as a teacher, I need to have a role like hand holding session need to be there to the student community. They have to be nurtured, and hand holding need to be there, sir. That is very, very important in the current day scenario. So what are the ways which you can design? What are the ways the tools are available? What are the ways? What are the ways which you can manage? This is the way my lecture is going to focus next 40 minutes. First, design. When you want to design the ICT based teaching learning tools, first we have to remember how best we can make the things happening. Okay. So we have to remember generally what we do, we group the content theoretically into 6 major categories. Any content of engineering or technology. Even now we are using this model to the doctors of New Delhi, one of the very famous medical university college in Delhi, which has a maximum number of doctors. We are training 100 doctors per week. That's the way we are getting elder. So recently NIT Tiruchirappalli, we trained around 140 faculty members. Now triple ITDM, all the faculty members, one group, one batch, we are planning to train. So we are training some institutes of national importance when it's a very famous doctors example. So we had a good challenge. We tried to venture into virtual reality and augmented reality because virtual reality we have used for civil engineering purpose, but first time we are making into for other discipline of domain. So when any content or items are available in engineering or medical or any fraternity, we group the content into 6 major categories. First one, learning factual information. Are they going to learn the facts and figures? If they are going to learn the facts and figures, the way in which you are going to use ICT is going to be entirely different, which we will discuss. Second, are they going to learn the visual identification? Are they going to learn the principal concepts and rules? Are they going to learn the procedure? Are they going to learn the perpetual skilled motor act? Are they going to learn the attitudes, opinion, and motivation? So this is the way the content will be grouped. Based on the grouping, the ICT tool will be selected. The content, sometimes overlapping might be there. The same tool might be used for 2 or 3 different scenarios. In general, the one way the storytelling or documentary will be used for attitude, opinion, and motivation. The same storytelling cannot be used for principal concepts and rules. The storytelling or documentary based education is used for one domain. It is not useful for other content delivery. So first you have to identify the content is grouped into different categories: learning factual information, learning visual identification, learning principal concept rules, learning procedures, performing skilled perpetual motor act, or is it going to be developing desirable attitude, opinion, and motivation? Based on the grouping, we are going to select the IC tool. That's the first step. I'm talking about design aspect. Second, we have to remember what model we have to use it. The model which we use it is Summer model. Substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. Substitution, augmentation is enhancement. Modification, redefinition is a transformation. Any tool which you take it, you have to see what way it will substitute, what way it will augment my classroom learning. That is very, very important. Or augment my student learning, or augment my teaching, this thing that you have to remember. This is enhancement. And what way it is going to modify the thought process. Sometimes certain things are very difficult to comprehend for me. I need to put it in some concept so that I need to comprehend it. So how it is going to modify, or how it is going to redefine it. So this is the way which you have to remember. So selection of any material, any ICT tool, we have to focus on Summer model. Substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. Substitution, augmentation belongs to the category of enhancement. Modification and redefinition belongs to transformation category. Okay. Okay. So when we use digital learning in designing, we have to see it should be engaging. No one-way traffic. Now I am feeling one-way traffic. Sometimes orange color button comes, chat I opening. Okay, some people are telling device, internet, okay, all this thing will be answered. Switching to YouTube, excellent explanation. Okay, problem here. Okay, I don't know what problem. Okay, did it facilitate critical reflective thinking? Is it an authentic, relevant experience? Sometimes we assume, we think, teach something, the students might learn something in online because in the classroom we have overt learning experience. Because I can see the facial expression of the student. Is he learning or not? I can understand. But in the case of online, I'm not seeing my students because I don't know how many. Here it is saying to 352 participants are there. But I'm not seeing none of them. I'm not seeing. Only I know Madhu sir and Kalpana Sharma I have seen. Other than that, I don't know anyone. They are we have never seen. But I have to see whether it's giving a relevant, authentic learning experience. Because sometimes we might teach something, they might assume something, and ultimately it will result in something. We have to be very, very careful. And the fourth is learning activity should result in changing behavior or thinking. That is the first and foremost thing. Learning is nothing but relatively permanent change in the behavior due to reinforced practice. It is a permanent change in the behavior, but it is relatively permanent change in the behavior, because if you keep learning, your permanence is going to change. Because I did MTech, first of all, you assume, then at the time my knowledge is permanent, but that permanently is relatively permanent, because if I do PhD, that is going to expand into different scenarios. So learning is nothing but a relatively permanent change in the behavior due to reinforced practice. So learning activity change the behavior of the thing. That is the thing you have to remember. So when you use ICT, you have to be engaging everything. So the selection of the tools, first you need to have the awareness. Awareness should lead to the consideration. Consideration should lead to the adoption. Adoption should lead to the innovation. Very, very important. Awareness, consideration, adoption, and innovation are the steps which you need to adopt when you're designing the ICT-based education. First, you need to be aware. You need to consider them. You need to adopt them, and you need to innovate with them. That is the first and foremost thing, sir. Then let's see the next aspect. What are the different methods and technological tools which is available so that we can make the pleasant learning experiences, sir. So that way we can make our learning into a pleasant learning experience, so that we will have a fresh thought process and fresh idle process. That is very, very important, sir. So we have to work on it, how we can make the things, that is the way which we have to work. That's the way we have to work on it, sir. One second. In the case of a learning environment, first and foremost, in online teaching tool, I need to have an environment. I need to have an environment, because I was as a part of a Aid Bangla scheme. Aid Bangla, there was a project under Ministry of External Affairs. I had a funding from that scheme, and I have trained around 200 Bangladesh teachers, which are all BCS cadre. They call BCS cadre in Bangladesh, Bangladesh Civil Service cadre. In education cadre, their teachers are there called civil service. And I have trained around more than 200 Bangladesh teachers. Under Aid Bangla, Digital Bangla was a scheme which they had, Digital Bangladesh scheme. And if you observe my Facebook, huge Bangladeshi people will be there. Friend list, it will be there. And that's also good. If you go to the Bangladesh, from the airport till you'll be having wonderful this thing. So that's the way the care and hospitality excellent to this Bangladesh, because they always ask, pray for us, pray for us. That's the way I have learned from Bangladesh. So first I need to have a learning environment. Learning environment can be digital. What happened? There are some softwares are available, because in a need.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, sir. We are not able to hear you.
connectivity problem is there.
Hello, sir, are you there?
Yeah, we are there. We are there, sir.
Okay. I think some problem, internet problem with
Yeah,
this
I
maybe.
understand.
Okay. I'm sharing the screen. Suddenly, I was thinking, what are the... I was speaking continuously. Okay. Sorry. Sometimes it's a problem with technical thing. So several people are in chat. I don't know what they have written. Sir, audio video disconnected. No audio video, sir. No audio video. Sir, audio video came, sir. Now it is fine, sir. Okay. 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 So I was discussing about learning environment. So in the digital Bangla, what we did, there was yesterday also, there was some demonstration from Telangana, one of the, where you can have a whiteboard and you can write it. That's the way you can see several Bangladesh teachers, how they were teaching to the students in COVID-19 situation. So first and foremost thing, I need to have a learning environment, sir. It could be a Google Classroom or it could be a Google Meet. For example, Delhi doctors, we trained only using Microsoft Team. They preferred Microsoft Team. So each tool is having their own uniqueness. I'm not denying this tool is better, that tool is better. Every tool is good. Apple is Apple, orange is orange. We have to accept the tool as such, in my opinion. If it is there, you have to adopt it. That is it. So Google Meet, Zoom is fantastic. Now Zoom is doing good when compared to the initial cases.
Slide show.
Yes, sir. Slide is not there.
Slide show.
That slide is not there.
Oh, slide is not there. Oh, sorry. Resume slideshow. Okay. Now it is there, sir.
Yeah.
Is there, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Oh, I made a pass share. Okay, sorry. This button. Okay. Google Classroom, Google Meet, or Microsoft Team, Zoom, or Padlet, Edpuzzle, Moodle. I can show you some Padlet advantages, everything. I will show you after the tools explanation. I will show you one or two tools where you can use it. So these are some learning environment which is available because Moodle, we are having LMS Moodle. Now there are several companies which are there. They are offering a good, so this thing we can use it. But Edpuzzle advantages where you can provide the documentary to the students with a completely voiceover. For example, if I want to teach them in Kannadiga, because when they do a traffic problem in Bangalore, if I scold him in English, he may not worry. In Mysore, completely no signal. Signals are not there. Very small, very pleasant, conducive city is Mysore. I have enjoyed Mysore stay because we stayed that near to the railway. That hotel is there. I forgot. Two hotels. That was my regular abode for me in stay for more than 45 days. I've stayed because that hotel complete menu, everything. I became this thing opposite to the University of Mysore. One hotel, the corner, one big RR something I forgot. Okay. So the Edpuzzle, if you see, if you scold someone in English, they may not monitor. If you scold them in Kannada, they will come for fight. So Edpuzzle will make you to take any documentary which is available from the internet, give your own voiceover in Kannadiga language, and give them students to better. I'm not telling you should promote the Kannada language, or because sometimes we comprehend the thing with already pleasant learning what we had. Even if I take any new food, I never take a new food as new food. I try to compare the food with what I have tasted already in my this thing. So when I come to Karnataka, I may not take Bisibelabad as Bisibelabad. I like try to compare with Sambar Sadam, which is there in Tamil Nadu, or some other. So I might compare it. That's the way the learning takes place. So audio notes, inline video quiz, voiceover, these are the items which are available in Edpuzzle. So Google Classroom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Moodle, Padlet. Padlet is a completely digital wall which make the students to put their views, opinions in this thing. That is possible. So I will demonstrate, because since I'm sharing this Microsoft application, I don't want to go. I'm not sharing the screen, because sharing the screen sometimes takes a more bandwidth. I'm sharing only the application. So if I go to internet once again, so I will cover all the tools first, then I will show one or two tools demonstration. Second, learning material. I have created a digital learning environment in ICT. Either Google Classroom, nowadays everyone is having Google Classroom, or you are having LMS Moodle, or you are taking any items, anything you can have. But I need to have a learned content. As I told you, the fundamental cardinal principle of NME ICT is to have access, equity, and quality. These three are the main cardinal principles. With that, they thought connectivity and content should be there. So government rolled out the very ambitious project in the year 2009. You have to remember, very successful project, National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. We have developed several virtual labs, courses, everything in the NME ICT. So this connectivity and content is very, very important. When content is important, how we can create a content? Can I use a proprietary software? If I use a proprietary software, who will pay for it? As a teacher's salary, paying salary itself big issue by many of the academic institutions. In such scenario, how we will be paid for it? There are wonderful free and open source softwares are available, which you can explore it. For example, FreeMind, to prepare wonderful concept map. FreeMind, you can use it for preparing the concept map to explain to the students. You can use the FreeMind to explain to the students to concept maps. So FreeMind you can use it, or Cam Studio to use the screen recording. When you want to teach something, even when you want to deliver lecture, you can record it and you can upload it. In normal Microsoft PowerPoint itself, it is that screen recording, slide recording. Either you can use it or you can use this software Cam Studio. It is an open source free software. And authoring, book creator, where you can create up to 40 books freely using this book creator. It is similar to iBooks. You remember when we use iMac, I have created one iBook for Environment Laboratory, where you can integrate videos, everything. It's a digital book, like a book, like open book. Now we are focusing on the programs, OER and open books, how to write your own open books. So, because nowadays you can take material from various resources, from a Creative Commons license, and you can compile it and you can make it your own book also. That is also possible. That we call it as open book scenario. We will be discussing subsequent days when time comes. So this is book creator. Audacity for making the videos. Socrative. TED similar to Edpuzzle, but it is a TED Talks, you can link it. Flipgrid, where the students will be providing the content in video based. Suppose some students may not be good in writing, or he can record his voice and he can express this, and he can put it in the Flipgrid and he can provide. So when we did one international program for Africa, Vidya Bharati and Arogya Bharati, one program when we conducted, what we did, we gave an assignment to the African kids on the pollution aspect. We compared with our MTech students. So in the same grid, African people, Kenya and Nairobi, they were telling about their own problem, water pollution. Our Indian peoples are telling about their water pollution, and it provides a scope for the students to have a good networking. So that way the Flipgrid was used. Mentimeter to conduct poll. OBS, Open Broadcast Studio, where you can use your own screen recording, everything. Khan Academy for teaching the open courses, everything, mathematics. Virtual Lab, Ministry of HRD's Government of India initiative to practice the virtual laboratory concepts. Then comes MindMister. MindMister is also similar to FreeMind. It's also used to prepare a free mind map, and most of them from electrical background, they know Tinkercad, because Arduino with Tinkercad, they make wonders. I've seen the people. And PHAT interactive simulation, artificial intelligence based tool, bid reader, bid recorder, and meme generator. Nowadays, the memes are fantastic. The students are creating memes like anything about the teachers. I have enjoyed in one of the engineering colleges where we did in Kerala. Very dynamic, young, open-minded, bold students. So I was staying for 1 week there. So I had an opportunity to interact with the students. Just evening time, I used to interact in the class times. When of my colleague is giving lecture, I used to walk around the corridors and see how the students are doing, what way they are learning, what way they are behaving. So when I discussed, the students are creating a good memes about the teachers. So then in the same training program, immediately we changed the timetable. We made the teachers to learn how to create memes about the students. The students started enjoying. One very famous college in Kanjanapalli, the teacher sent a message to us. It was having a good impact. The relationship increased. The student become more connectivity committed. So meme generator, the teachers all can also create memes related to education. Mnemonics, all those things they can create. Timeline, Google Trends, CoSpace. CoSpace is very useful for creating your own items in augmented reality and virtual reality tools. So these are the things which you can use tools to be used or could be used to make your own learning material. Then comes learning assessment. So ultimately, when you create an environment, when you make your own material, assessment has to be made. Assessment has to be made. That is the first and foremost things which you have to remember. Assessment, I can use hot potatoes, which could be integrated to your learning management system. Let it be Blackboard or Moodle or anything. You can use hot potato. You eat portfolio. You can use Rubik Star to create a rubrics, especially rubrics for qualitative assessment. For qualitative assessment, you can make rubrics. And Google Forms. Google Forms, you can use it to create a survey form, assessment, everything, formative, Class Central, Socrative, Answer Garden, Jeopardy Labs, and Plickers. Plickers could be used appropriately. Plickers could be used only the traditional on face-to-face class. It cannot be used in online because you can have a Plickers card and you can make the students to create a Plickers and you can make them to use it. That is the advantage of a Plickers. So these are some of the learning tools which you have to remember so that the students will know and they can learn it. When it comes to the learning content material, you don't need to create your own material. You can also take it from other resources which are open access, open educational resources. World famous is Merlot, Multimedia Educational Resources for Learning and Online Teaching, OER Commons. Open Educational Consortium for Open Educational Resources, Galileo Open Learning Materials, Open Textbooks from Sunny Buffalo, State University of New York, Sunny Buffalo, Open Textbook Library from University of Minnesota, OpenStax from University of Illinois, OpenR, Open Educational Resources, Wikipedia Commons. Several items are available which you can take it for creating your own learning material for the student community, because you don't need to reinvent the wheel. You can adopt and use it and attribute to them what the copyright license, because Creative Commons license is one of the very famous aspect which you have to remember this thing. So please do share slides after webinar, of course. Okay. So this thing. And nowadays we are focusing on social media in higher education, because I am one of the very famous university in Pune, very famous university. I don't know. We used Instagram for civil engineering students. We conducted a training program, a face-to-face training program in Tanjavur and Pune, both places. It was implemented successfully. The students have to make different civil engineering materials using Instagram. They have to take a photograph, they have to put it, and they have to make ranking. Whoever is bringing a best, most rated photograph will be used. It was a closed community. So using YouTube, using WhatsApp, using Snapchat, using Viber, WeChat, because WeChat I used in China. I was in China for the last 2 years, not before COVID, before that. So every year I had assignment 2018, 19. regularly in the month of May. I used to go there and have interaction with few universities. So where I had an opportunity, there no WhatsApp, only we had to go with WeChat. So WeChat, Vimeo, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, Telegram, and Viber, everything was used and it was there. So these tools are explained in detail in various courses, but now I'm offering a course in the month of July. If you are a senior faculty members who are interested, you can join it. It is a free Swayam courses. The course name is Integrating Technology, Education Technology into Teaching. It's going to start from July 20th. So more than 50 ICT tools we have discussed, and we have also have a examination certification is there, which you can do it. Myself, my colleagues, Dr. Shanmuganidhi and Dinesh Kumar. And the same course is also available in NINTT platform for the faculty members from AICT approved institute who are having less than 5 years of experience. They have to compulsorily undergo one module, technology enabled learning, lifelong self-learning model. There also you can register and you can do it. And each course, each version, we are making some changes. So adding some videos, making something, everything, because due to lockdown, certain things were not uploaded in the first version because we don't have access to the institute. There are several this thing because COVID, we are not going somewhere, only from work from home. So we have more than 164 videos, reading, reflection, discussion, survey, and assessment are there. You can just enroll if you are interested. Assessment and management. The main problem is the good content are available, good things are available, but how best we can make use of the content, that becomes a big issue. So managing a content becomes one of the, because n number of techniques might be available, but you should know how to make use of the techniques, make use of the techniques. I will stop the sharing. I will go to the sharing of the screen. I will go to the sharing of the screen, and I will demonstrate two tools before coming to the this thing. Okay. So I will open the window. Okay. Okay. Let me open a window. I told to Padlet, to the participants, what is the advantage of Padlet is? Padlet is digital tool, digital platform where you can make use for the students to cooperate. I'm writing Padlet, PALLED.com, Padlet.com. I have my own Padlet, Jana, JANA / NITTR. G Jana NITTR, I think. You can create your own Padlets. It is visible. You can make it very simple. You don't need to reveal your identity. For example, this is the Padlet which I have, and I am asking the faculty members whom I have trained to write what is their opinion about the learning systems, education system. Suppose what you can do, the faculty member can double click on the Padlet wall, because someone from Government Polytechnic Mumbai, by all means it would be more result oriented. Each one, Etiraj College, Technology Enabled Learning, so you can click and you can write. You can either tell your name or you can express your views and opinions, and it could be done. So here, what is the advantage of the digital wall is, I am giving some topic to the students to write and express their opinion. Let them write it. This wall is open only to my students, of my 16 students of MTech, or my trainees, those who know the address. I can also moderate it. I can do moderation. Various options are available in Padlet. I make the students, what do they have to do? They have to write it. They can no need to reveal the name. Whatever the questions they have, they can post it in the Padlet wall. Any of their peers, those who know the answer, they can answer it. They can facilitate it. They can make the learning more happen, because when you have an issue, you never try to discuss with your parents. You never discuss with your teachers. You always try to discuss with your friends, because they are the comfort level which gives more soothing effect to you or more moral support. That's the way the peer-to-peer learning is also good. So your peer can help and peer can facilitate you to learn. That's the advantage. So this is the way. You don't need to reveal your name. Without that also you can do it, and you can make them ranking also. You can rate them, whether it is what rate you can give them. So whether you can rate or unrate, whatever you want, you can do it, so that the thing which got a maximum rating, you can appreciate them. because you're not going to tell who has written. Here the people have written their name, but generally I tell don't need to write the name. You express your views and opinion freely and frankly, so that it will have a pleasant learning experience. That's a way which I always tell, but that could be done. Padlet is one such tool which could really facilitate the teachers to learn itself. So that you have to remember. So let me go back to the slide. So like that, various tools are there which you should know how to make use of it, which will really facilitate you in a better perspective, sir. So when we are making this thing, you have to remember, when you're using technology in the classroom, the major aspect which you have to remember is think pedagogy first and then technology. Because most of the NPTEL courses are good. All people are taking NPTEL courses, but lot of memes are also there. It is normal classroom lecture. They are delivered, recorded, and they have uploaded. Quality is good, content is good, but pedagogy, sometimes some videos are good, some videos are boring. Because if I see my teacher taking class, what happen? I can smile them, I can give my internal mark will increase. By teaching, viewing a video, what way it is going to improve? So that is also a big problem is there, which you have to remember. So for example, Madhu sir class, if I attend, or I have seen some students in MSR, Ramaya Institute. So we better know, because I can think pedagogy first, then technology. Identify the characteristics of the learner. When you are using technology, remember the characteristics of the learners plays an important role. You have to identify, are they visual learners? Are they auditory learners? Are they kinesthetic learners? Are they reading ability? It is a very simple tool which we have discussed in our course also, WARC analysis. Make the students to do the 15, 16 questions are there, identify which attribute is more. Because I will tell you one of the characteristics of the learner. Some people are good in visual learners, some people are good in auditory, some in kinesthetic, some in reading ability. So for example, if you observe, when I came to Karnataka once, a long back, I went to one of your government offices. I came from the airport and I was going to the meeting and it was getting delayed. So I went to the meeting straight. So in between, I came outside to use the restroom. But unfortunately or fortunately, there it was written only in Kannadica language. There is no visual also. At least some airports in Hong Kong and China, I have seen blue color toilet means it's gents toilet. Pink color means it's ladies toilet. And some male symbol, female symbol will be there. In airport, Delhi airport and other airports, you can see wonderful models. They will be smiling and welcoming you. Come to the restroom. You remember? So wonderful models, photos will be there of gents and ladies. But unfortunately, in that office, government office, only it is written in Telugu, Kannadica version, without writing whether it's gents or ladies. I don't know which way to go, this way or this way. I was standing. Then I was waiting for one person to let them come out. Then we can know which is gents way. One person came, but I didn't go immediately because I don't want to take risk. If he's like me, he went wrongly inside and he would have got some scolding. So let the second sample also come outside. Then okay, this is a gents restroom. Because characteristics of learners plays an important role. If I provide everything visual, the student may not like also. If I provide everything auditory, some students may not have auditory skills. Some people need some more and kinesthetic. For that, virtual laboratories are available, especially in online learning. So we have to identify the characteristics of the learner. That is the second aspect. Third, analyze your lessons and determine your needs. So as I told, group your content lesson needs are based on 6 categories. Is it a visual? Is it a factual? It is a principle concept. Is it a procedure? It is a perpetual mode track. It is a skill, motivation, attitude aspect. Based on the need, you determine the content. Consider all the technological options. If it is a Google Meet, you use it. Google Play chat room, you use it. Use all the technological tools. Think about the student competency with regard to technology usage. Sometimes I might tell, tomorrow everything is in LMS, you come to LMS. I don't know whether students have used LMS or not. I need to be having a mindset to check whether the students are aware of the technology use. Then select the method based on the practical factors. As I told you last week in the government, one of the meeting, we have discussed how to use a community radio for the rural school students. They are also having suffering in COVID and all of them are passed. That's good. The government has promoted, but the government doesn't want to compromise. They're already having one channel, Kalvi channel in Tamil Nadu. It is good, but they want to make some areas the TV only one family, one TV. The parents wants to watch the movies or dramas. Now dramas are not there, movies are there. So how best I can provide education? Education also recording is a problem. And then we tried with one of the two kids when one of the place in rural Tamil Nadu. We monitored them and we made them to go to a channel and record it through community radio, transmit in terms of tables, in terms of mathematic application, multiplication. It was a good impact. Then the government is also happy. The reason is community radio has a powerfulness to transform the things that we have to appreciate it. Think about based on practical factors, consider time available, plan for alternate media wherever possible, provide definite, well-organized directions for the faculty members or students to learn. Teach yourself with desired media, but you have to remember the direct and indirect costs of the students, because whenever you use technology into the classroom or any software you purchase, unfortunately or fortunately, the educational institution might bill to the students technological bill. So we have to be very careful and remember the copyright issues when you take any content from the internet. Next month, from January onwards, I am offering a course in Swayam, copyright for educators and academicians. We have to remember wonderful case studies we have collected. Very famous Photoshop company, Xerox company, which has been caught by the photocopying case was there in Supreme Court. All those cases we are describing in the 20-hour course. It is only for 4 weeks. Copyright for educators and academicians. You can enroll it, and we are working on it. And copyright and sure license for software. But you have to remember, getting information from the internet is taking water from the fire hydrant. As I told you, internet provides lot of information. It is up to the teacher to discriminate between the right information and the wrong information. Veracity of the truth or veracity of the information, we have a responsibility to provide to the students. It does not matter how many resources if you don't know how to use them, because lot of tools are available, lot of OER materials are available, but still we may not be using appropriately. The reason is we don't know how to use them. Because if you put ladder upside down, he would have climbed, obviously, but he doesn't know, he's keep piling up the ladders, which he doesn't know how to use it. So with vision without action is a daydream. Action without vision is a nightmare. So using technology successfully in the classroom is a mindset, not a skill set. If you want to be a perfect online teacher or a perfect teacher suits to the Margadarshak scheme of AICT, NBA or NAC accreditation, you should have a creativity. It is not the question of right way or wrong way. It is a question of our future. We have to get empowered. We have to get enriched. We have to get enlightened. That is, we have to remember. So I don't know whether I provided the information or misinformation. I don't know. Madhu sir has given from 10:30 to 12. It is already 11:50. So I will give 10 minutes of time for you to discuss. After that also you can discuss. Mostly I will answer all the emails. I may not answer immediately, but I will answer. I have the habit of answering. Madhu sir, everyone knows. I might be held up with several because now calls are coming. We have an online meeting for tomorrow's session. So 1 o'clock it starts, but some people they're asking, I don't know what for they're calling. So I don't know whether I loaded with several stuffs, but I made a simple principle: digital learning environment, digital natives, digital immigrants. And when it comes to the content, group the content into 6 categories and design it. Design can be done as a learning environment, learning material, and learning assessment. Learning environment, there are several environments there. Pick and choose it. Learning material, use OER or create your own materials with various softwares I have listed. Learning assessment, but it may not be more I loaded, but I am pretty sure. So when you came for this lecture, what this guy is going to talk about ICT, you might have wondered, but I am pretty sure this lecture would have given you some spark to kindle your thought process and empower you and enlighten you in the field of education. So my question to the decision maker, are we slow in the race? But we are slow, but we are steady. I don't know how far we are going to win. If you have any doubts, further comments, unanswered question, unresolved issues, you can ask me. If you don't have anything, thank you. And you can always get connected with me. My email and phone number is given, and WhatsApp number, Viber number, WeChat number, all number are same. You can take it. And even if you're not, if I'm not picking up the phone, I will respond, because Madhu sir morning he got tensed because he told 10:30. I didn't come till 12:15. No, I was doing something because some work was there. I was finishing it and I went for the prayer late. That's the reason. But I came sharp 10:30, I think. and I always get connected through WhatsApp and Facebook. Okay, so let me discuss. 45 questions are there. I don't know how far we are. Any questions? Is there informative session? Wonderful, engaging explanation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, giving various tools which I can use it in teaching learning process. Thank you. Okay, good, excellent presentation. Thank you. Awesome session. Any questions you can ask, because here it's only presentation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Very informative session. Any questions you can ask, sir. Awesome presentation. Thank you. If you have any questions, I don't know how the question is moderated here. Over to Madhur sir, and that Madam Kalpana Sharma madam is missing. Mrunali madam, Mrunali Nalani. Okay. Over to you people. Thank you, sir.
Sir, if any the participants are requested to post their questions in the chat box.
How is ICT is affecting subconscious thinking? I have my own reservation of ICT overuse. It affects critical thinking unless students are actively involved. Correct, sir. Nasuruddin sir is telling, yes, here I want to tell a story. Kanchi Mahaperivar, he told, don't watch Ramayana in TV, you read Ramayana. You need to visualize Rama when you read Ramayana. If someone acts a Rama, you cannot visualize him. That's correct. Sometimes ICT might, as he told, affect subconscious. As Nasuruddin sir was mentioning, it is correct. But we have to use, as I told you, use ICT where we can use appropriately. There are certain places, really ICT plays an important role, sir. We to appreciate, because for example, comprehending a difficult concept, for me, I cannot ask my teacher to repeat once again the same content. She might get irritated or he might get irritated. But I can record the session, I can listen twice or thrice, which will help me to scaffolding and augmenting, sir. That is possible. So as I told you, divide the content into 6 categories. And affective domain, subconsciously, anything overuse will affect our subconscious, sir. Where, for example, Tinkercad is really good tool, which you can use it. CoSpaces. I will tell you, if you go to Tirumala Tirupati, I am telling you, if you go to any tourist place, you can see certain movies are with augmented reality. In various, if you go to Chicago Museum or Alder Planetarium, you have to download one app which is there in the Alder Planetarium. When you go to that planetarium, if I switch on the photograph, if I looked at the idol, it speaks into a documentary and movie. It really engaged. My kids were enjoying like anything. Even in Malaysia, Singapore, it is available. In the recent US trip, I have enjoyed like anything. Reason is the augmented reality, virtual reality has transformed the way in which you think. Anything which you use optimum, it's good. Which is beyond optimum is always poisonous, which you have to be careful. Okay, Nasuruddin sir. Any other questions? What is the best teaching tool according to you? Okay. As I told you, I never compare apple and orange. I enjoy apple, orange. I am comfortable with LMS. Moodle is very much I am comfortable because I play with Moodle like anything. So Moodle is predominantly I use LMS for all our training programs. And if you see online, Google Classroom is good. Blackboard is also good. I have used, but Blackboard is priced. Google Classroom is good. When it comes to creating your own content, each tool is a unique feature, sir. Google Forms plays an important role for us. Potato is for LMS. It is like a buffet meal, sir. I enjoy all the meals. Anything vegetarian, I enjoy. Same thing, anything free and open source, I enjoy. When it's price, I think because sometimes I don't want to be a brand ambassador to promote the product. That's the way. Using ICT in teaching replaces our existence. Not at all, sir. Not at all. ICT will never replace our existence. The teachers are the creator. I always tell, you can steal honey, but you cannot learn how to make art of making honey. You cannot learn from honeybee. You remember? You can steal honey from honeybee. It's possible. You can hit the box and you can take the honey. But art of making honey lies only with honeybee. Art of engaging the classroom lies only with the teacher. You remember what way artificial intelligence is there? I have been one of the developed country. Tutors, teaching assistants are robots, artificial intelligence based thing. Chatbots it gives, but sometimes it cannot replace it, sir. Always teachers are teachers. As I told you, the role might get defined. Instead of delivering a lecture, you might be a facilitator and you might have to adopt a different scenario. That is different. But the way in which, because when we started our own day bicycle or two-wheeler, we have to kick nowadays electric button. The way in which we use might change, but it is there. That always our rules. How effectively we can use ICT tools for students in remote areas. As I told you, that is a two things, sir. Cardinal principles: access, equity, and quality, and lies with connectivity and connectivity is predominantly problem not only in India. Even if you take US, I will tell you, in US there are some places in Illinois, Rockford, there are some places where internet connectivity is still problem. Suburbs there also suburbs are there. There also problem is there. Connectivity, we are trying to make it a good thing, but now we are trying to use teaching through radios also. That is also Nairobi, Kenya. We had some projects where we did using a good storytelling method to teach some content. So it is some students it's there. How the dependency or taken care in ICT based like internet availability, transparency in case of assessment. Assessment, if you see the Groenland is supposed to be declared, it's a Groenland. Norman Groenland is known as the father of assessment, father of evaluation. He categorically defines assessment is not to test the student knowledge. Assessment is, because sometimes assessment is influenced by bluffing, guessing, everything. Sometimes by guessing also students get marks. Bluffing also students get marks. If I correct in a good mood, I give more mark.
Thank you very much for a wonderful presentation. I think people might have joined late. Okay. And it was really very good, amazing.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for sparing your valuable time with us, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Madhu, sir. Thank you. So with this, if you have any doubts or any questions or any unanswered issues, unresolved issues, you can mail me. Some people,
still people who are there, they can still pose the questions. Still we are there.
Total is crossing 100%, sir. Thank you. Feedback link, sir. Wonderful presentation. Thank you, sir. So PPT, please, Vinita. Okay, of course, I will share it to Madhu, sir. In the form of readable material, you can take it. Open book assessment, good in ICT. Open book assessment, we have to first learn how to create open book test. Professor Lemke used to create open book test in University of Illinois. The people were really having tough time with him because open book quizzes are really tough when compared to normal quiz there. It is to be focused on higher level domain. If you take in Bloom's taxonomy, it has to focus on analysis or evaluation or creation level. So that is that.
So, sir, one more question from the YouTube links actually. Okay. According to you, can technology become a big aid for teaching in the future?
Technology become?
Next, a big thing in the teaching.
Yes, sir. Yes,
whether
sir,
they replace all the teachers in the future.
Yes, it cannot replace, as I told you. To make the technology to happen, some good teachers are there. That is the best of the country to the rest of the country. That is the Swayam formula which they are following. So if you are good marketable product, you will have a good market. And you have to be a contemporary fellow, because I always admire Professor Kavinjar Wali in Tamil lyrics he used to write. He has written songs even for MGR, and also he has written song for Dhanush, all the latest young actors. The thing is, he was contemporary, he was using the words, everything to the generation. So we have to be contemporary. I have admired certain professors who are very much this thing. You have to keep, change is inevitable, sir. Change is inevitable, but we have to get adopted to the change, and we have to change ourselves so that the changes will be for good. So the technology, obviously, you are needed for making a good technology, no, sir. You have to.
Yes. Sir, some questions are that how to provide security while talking online classes, because there are some become a big viral in news channels for Kannada teachers, some engineering college teacher. How to avoid that?
So as I told you, any closed network, for example, we use certain platforms where it's only open only to the students, and we give only few access to the students. They are only listening mode. They cannot, only when we make them to annotate, they can annotate all license. But when it comes to free version, the students are playing like anything, because we are sharing the join code. They are sharing with their own friends. Even though when we allow faster because of the class starts, some people come and do mischievous. It's all depends upon the platform, whether you're using a free platform or you're using an appropriate secured platform. That matters a lot, sir. Yes, reading habit is diminishing, sir. Reading habit is diminishing, because when we were kids, My mother used to bring Gokulam, Chanda Mama from library. We are made to read books. In the summer time, we had a habit of reading lot of novels. If I bring any novels or even Ramakrishna Vijayam booklets to my kid, they're telling they need from a story Ramayana or everything from the video based thing, mobile phone. So they don't have it. It's very difficult. You remember my kid, I have a lot of book collection at my home. But unfortunately, my kids are not, they need everything visual, they need only from mobile phone. So we cannot fight with them.
Same problem with the bookshops near MSRIT. Nobody's even purchasing the books. People are online.
No one is going to the library these days. They are going to library only for chit-chatting. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
I enjoyed the session, and thank you, Madhu, sir, for giving this opportunity. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We are going to end the session. Thank you.
Thank you.